So yes, I'm gonna be giving you guys 3 parts of my CNA experience and all of the good stuff about it and the bad stuff as well. I mean, not so bad, but just the real of being a certified nursing assistant. Okay, my first pro is good hours. I feel like they're pretty flexible with what you want. And I like that as a CNA. Like, you don't have someone on you constantly on what to do, what not to do. Like, it's more of a individual type of style of work. Pro 3, I would say meeting new people. I feel like that's a little bit of a pro. Majority of the time I meet negative nurses and positive nurses. I understand they're doing a really hard job, but I feel like they really take it out on CNAs and not really, collaborate as much, especially when we are the assistants. You would think they would be more inviting and want to work and talk to you. No. Con 2 is the workload. The workload can get very overwhelming. It can get very hard. It can get very stressful. And then con 3, I would say it's just unpredictable. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get for the day. So I always have to come into work praying. I took my family member advice and I decided to take on the path to being a CNA. So I caught on really quickly on all the skills. I did the test. I did fail it once because of language barrier. Maybe I don't know, I forgot how long, but I had to wait again to retake the test and pay on top of that. Tests, the questions were really easy for me. It's just pretty much common sense. It wasn't anything too complicated. Immediately after I got my license and I got my certificate, I started applying to jobs everywhere. I knew that I'm not gonna be working the same amount that I used to make at fast food. Absolutely not. So I took it upon myself to make sure I could get anything above 16 and up. Oh, I got hired at my first CNA job. I feel like being a CNA has a certain personalities that comes to play, and you gotta div a lot of personalities you're working with, and it's just you constantly have to be emotionally prepared, and sometimes I just don't have the time to be that, and I find myself being very mentally drained every shift, and it's hard to have a life when you are in healthcare. I really should believe if you want a blessed life, don't go there. Do not go there. It will take the life out of you. But honestly, so I balance myself. I go home, do what I always love to do. It's all work, and yeah, it's 8 hours, but the time goes by fast. And that's another thing I do love. That's a pro that I love. The shifts go by really quickly because there's always something to do. I'm always on my feet. I'm always on the go. I'm always doing something, catering to somebody, just making the person feel good. Shoot. Some of these people don't see outside. They do not go outside. A lot of these people do not see family. A lot of these people cannot walk. A lot of these people cannot do basic things. So it's just sometimes you got situations where you're working with patients or residents who are just very aggressive, or they'll do anything out of the blue. I have a routine on what I'm doing. Sometimes, depending on what type of day I have, I might get thrown off. If I'm tired, I might just come in and chill for a bit. Sometimes I'll be at the job thinking to myself, what did I put myself into? Because it is taxing. It's very taxing. I can't really visually remember exactly what it is and to put in words what it is to be prepared for, or what makes me don't like it. But I'm gonna be honest, some days I do have good days. I'll be having some days where some of them will give me some candy or talk to me. Some that can be very sweet. But I've seen situations in my eyes where they'll get somebody fired if they don't like you. And that only happens if I feel a lot of these people, like I said, they underestimate these people. Just because these people are in vulnerable states does not mean they're dumb. I'm so good to the point where I've had residents who will tell me hey, I'm not gonna shit I'm not gonna poop for you. I'm gonna hold my poop, so you ain't gotta clean it. Now, that's crazy because it's like, whoa, that's a little unhealthy, but I can't force it. So yeah, one thing about it too, what makes the job a little hard for me is when they refuse care. I mean, sometimes I'll be like, okay, cool, we don't want it, bye. Sometimes it's not good because they'll make that a habit, and like that can make you get your license removed. But I'm so smart like that. Like I'll be 10 steps ahead. Like you gotta be smart for this type of stuff. Ears gotta be bigger than your mouth, like literally. So I make it how I want it. I make it fun. I make it like ready to go. Let's do this. Pop out, boom, boom. Knock out this. Knock out this. Oh, you gotta shower. Oh, you got a backpack. I'm gonna clean your closet out today. You're gonna eat today. I'm gonna feed you at this time. I'll come right back. You need a snack. I'll be right back. You need a whole bed change. I'm gonna get back to you later. Let's do this now. Hey nurse, this room needs you. Oh, speaking of which, the one thing I don't like I said, the nurses, back to nurses, a lot of them, when you tell them something, they don't listen. And I have like 3 situations where a lot of nurses, they don't listen to me, and they have to deal with a lot of paperwork. And as long as you do your job to alert the nurse serious situations, you ain't got nothing to worry about, honey buns. I do what I can. And if I can't, I'll let the next CNA know. And one thing I don't like, a lot of them don't like to communicate. A lot of them just be in their little own worlds. And honestly, I do the best I can to, so they have nothing to say. Because the one thing I hate is when somebody got something to say. You cannot say anything about my work. I make my work so good. Like, I'm telling you. Like, one thing I'm not so good at is putting briefs. Like, that's probably like one of my flaws. But other than that, nothing, honey. I even go out my way to sometimes clean their ears. A lot of people don't do that. It gets old really quickly. I need to take a break. I'll take my break, because I'm not gonna like start being snarky or like what I've seen, what these CNAs do to these people. Don't learn from these people. Do not take these habits. Anyways, as long as I love people. I mean, I do. I mean, there's some days I don't, like, especially if they act like weird around me, and I can tell just when you walk in. But that's okay. As long as I'm happy and I'm doing what I know who I am, what I'm doing. Being a CNA is quite the job. That's all I gotta say. That's my experience so far. So it's a lot of pressure. Like literally, the person's life is depending on you. I knew I wasn't gonna be perfect, and I just keep trying. The first 2-3 months, I wanted to quit so bad. Like I was like literally crying sometimes. But I fought through that phase, and honestly, by like the 4th month, I was feeling like a champ. Like I was feeling it, and now I've seen people pass away, and it's been a lot. So that's why sometimes I'm just like, I be bummed out, but honestly, it's gonna happen. So be ready, and I'm ready. And so honestly, I see that as just a journey. I really use this as like a life lesson every day. So that's why I love it. I do love it. Like I love the grind of it. Just the this is the lesson you get today. Everything you do has an underlying symbolic action towards it, or knowing that people are counting on me, and you know, are happy and not paying mind to the nonsense, because eventually the nonsense will eventually stop if you're not entertaining it and just ignoring it and doing the best you can. Honestly, you'll make it through. And on top of that, you're getting your paycheck, so yeah. It's nothing more and nothing less I can ask for. So, but overall, like I said, it does get very mind-boggling. So the day I say I'm done CNA is the day you know, type thing. Because like I said, it's crazy out here. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye.